This is not an election between Republicans and Democrats. This is an epic struggle for the future of this country between dark and light. We will win this fight, or America will step off into 1,000 years of darkness.
We're going to protect this president by stopping the steal. Stop the steal! Stop the steal!
When I went to bed on election night, he was ahead.
The system is a lie. The ballot counting's a lie.
It's called democracy. You count every single vote.
We did not have a free, fair, and transparent vote.
Joe Biden will be removed one way or another.
Sorry, I was a little scared there at the end there. But anyway, that is obviously footage from January 6th. A good portion of it never before seen, which is exciting as we cruise towards potentially another January 6th. But it's drawn from Fight Like Hell, which premiered exclusively on YouTube 1 week ago. And we were very lucky to be joined on the program now by the director of the film, Jon Long. Welcome to the Damage Report.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here to talk about the film. And so talk to me a little bit about the origin of the project. You're going to do this documentary, shedding new light on what happened on one of the darkest days of our democracy. What was the thought process and how did the film come together?
Well, it was a long process and a lot of it happened by accident. For example, we were planning to go shoot in DC several times because there was a pandemic going on. We keep getting bumped, or the restrictions were tough. I'm from Canada, so we were looking at going on election day to film. We were looking at the MAGA marches, and I was so busy doing stuff at the time that I didn't make it there. But when we saw Trump's "Will Be Wild" tweet, we decided, okay, we're dropping everything. We're sending crews. I work with a couple of amazing cinematographers. One of them is a retired Army combat cinematographer. So we went there and last minute pretty much and ended up filming for 3 or 4 days around January 6th. Then we went back again for the inauguration and we were filming with very high quality Hollywood style cameras. So we have this kind of footage that I don't think anyone has seen before. I did end up showing it to the committee because someone found out I had the footage. They reached out and I sent it to them, but it was while they were doing the hearings.
You're talking about the January 6th committee.
January 6th hearings, yeah. So they did see the footage, but it was while they were doing the work. And so we have all this incredible footage and we see things that are coming out in the media, but we didn't really have a plan what to do with it. And then we decided we just want to use all our footage and work with some other cinematographers who are covering the Stop the Steal movement leading up to it, and create a style of film that no one has seen before related to January 6th to show what actually happened.
Yeah. Why don't we play a little bit more from the film and then we'll discuss.
Okay.
What you saw there, of course, was just a group of tourists just going on a tour of the Capitol. Anyway, so as people can see, it's right embedded in there, and again, beautifully shot. And the second portion of that, where the sort of like sound drops out, is haunting. Like you're just seeing this like wall of angry humanity pressing forward. And so I wanted to start off talking stylistically. The decision to it's not a documentary that has like a traditional narrator. The footage kind of speaks for itself, and some of the individuals which we saw in the trailer sort of set the stage. Talk to me about that decision.
Yeah, so that's really important for us to create something that was observational. So it's not a bunch of interviews or pundits or experts after the fact who are recounting the story or telling their opinion about it. Everything happens in the moment. And not to say that other type of film is not effective. Like most documentaries are made that way for a reason. But we wanted to do something where it was not coming from a perspective or an agenda, rather just to be on the ground in the moment and follow what was happening. And the timeline to do that for us was the day before the election, all the way through to January 7th. So although there's a very distinct narrative thread that takes you through this story, it's coming from the people. It could be, someone you're interviewing on the ground in the moment, in the place at the time. And that happens all the way through to January 7th, where the last interview we have is with this young woman Trump supporter. And we just say, what just happened? So everything's in the moment. And it allows it to have context and not feel like it's coming with an agenda or telling the audience they should think this way or think that way. So we're finding that people come away with it with very different opinions or perspectives from seeing the same thing. And, we just wanted to create something that was more journalistic in that sense, where it's like, we're not telling you what you think. We're just showing you something and you decide your own conclusion.